Alright, today we're fixing the Elgato collapsible green screen locking clips on the case. I've already repaired this one and it works great. You see I store this on the ground and I've brushed past it twice with my boots and these clips come off so easily, it's crazy. But I'm going to show you how to easily repair them so they work as good as new, and I've also got a little trick that should prevent them from popping off so easily again. What we're going to need first is a 3.5mm drill bit. Now because the green screen sits so close to the case, you're going to need something to put between the green screen roll and the case to protect the green screen from getting damaged. I'm using an old CD from a HP printer. Look at that, it's even got matching colors, too good. Now, I forgot to hit record when I drilled these two rivets out, so I've actually put the plate back on with just one rivet. And let's drill it out again so you can see exactly how it's done. So you want to go slowly with a medium pressure, as rivets are usually only aluminium or aluminum. Usually the head will pop off first and then you can slowly drill out the remaining part of the rivet. So that's the backing plate removed and we're left with a nice clean finish. And just remember not to lose this spring, that's very important. Now we need to prepare the latch so we can attach it to the backing plate. There's 4 small tabs on the back here that we need to straighten out. Just enough to slot through the holes on the backing plate. As you can see, they're still quite folded over. I'm using a pair of pointy-nosed pliers again. You can use something similar. Just pinch the tabs and straighten them out as best as you can. They don't have to be perfect, just straight enough to fit through the slots on the backing plate. So that should do it. I'll give it a try, but I think it needs a little bit more straightening out. So yep, it's a little bit tight. We'll just bend them out a little bit more. And then we'll try it again. Just slot it into the backing plate. And yep, that fits perfectly. Now you can see the 4 tabs poking through the slots on the backing plate. And we'll just double check we've got everything around the right way with the other latch. Now don't forget to insert the spring before we assemble the latch onto the backing plate properly. So grab the backing plate and the spring. And now the spring slots into the plate here. Actually, I'll turn it over so you can see it a bit better. So slot the whole end of the spring into the backing plate first, and then the hole fits over the little tab to keep it in place. While holding the spring in place, we need to attach the latch. Now it's a bit tricky and it might even take you a couple of tries because you're pushing against the pressure of the spring. But just line it up and press firmly. It should go in relatively easy, just like that. Now while holding everything together, place it upside down on a flat surface. And still holding a firm pressure on it, we need to press down and fold over the tabs on the latch that we just straightened out. I'm just going to use the end of my pointy nose pliers. So push down firmly on one tab each side to fold it over. Then once you've got 2 tabs done, you don't need to place as much pressure on the clasp setup. And then fold over the remaining 2 tabs. So onto our last little tab here on the bottom. Fold that one over, just double check you've got them all pushed down. So that's it for our latch. That's been reattached to the backing plate with the spring. But now here is a tip to strengthen the tab so they won't pull out as easy if you do happen to bump it again next time. You'll need some super glue. I'm using one from Worth. This one right here, if it wants to get in focus. There we go. Now place a few drops of super glue over the tabs, and then you want to sprinkle over some baking soda. Now not only will the baking soda act as an accelerator and set the super glue off almost instantly, the combination of super glue and baking soda will create a nearly indestructible bond, which will strengthen the tabs immensely. So after only a matter of seconds, you can tip off the excess baking soda and use that again on your next job. And now your clasp has become much, much stronger. Okay, so now we've got our backing plate and latch back together and made it super strong with the super glue and baking soda mix. Those tabs aren't going anywhere. Now we need to make sure it works okay. So we'll flip it around and give the latch a couple of operations. Make sure the spring's in there okay. So that flips open and closed really good. Now we need 2 rivets. These are about 7 millimeters long, so grab some rivets somewhere in that size range. And we're going to keep our CD in place as well so we don't damage the green screen material. And yes, you'll also need a rivet gun. Just a cheap one will do. Make sure your latch is up the right way. Insert your rivet to make sure it fits in the hole. I'm using my Milwaukee 12-volt rivet gun. These are awesome. Look how fast it works. So secure your rivet using your rivet gun and then insert your second rivet. And that part's all done. Nice and secured back to the case. So I'm just going to touch up these rivets with a black marker. And you could also use a dab of black paint. But that works a treat. So we'll grab our black marker and we'll just colour in those rivets. You don't have to. You can use any coloured rivets you like or just keep them the aluminium colour. And we'll just touch up the other one just to make it a bit more factory-like looking. And that's it. The Elgato latches have all been repaired. Beauty. And as always, thanks for watching. If you liked what you see, hit the like button. Don't forget to leave a comment below. That would help my channel grow. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. That would be fantastic.